Okay, to create a quick template in Mailchimp, we're going to go up to the templates menu here at the top. And we don't have any saved templates, but we can click create template in the top right corner. So a template is a design that you can reuse over and over again for branding purposes, for example. So if you want to have a consistent brand image, create a template, has the header and the footer, the fonts that you're using, the colors you're using, the font sizes, everything is defined in the template so that when you reuse it, it's a consistent way to maintain your brand without having to set up the branding every single time. It should already be in the template. When you're creating a template, you have a number of choices here. You can choose from their layouts, which is always a good way to start. So Mailchimp has set up a number of predefined layouts. At the top, these are more fully developed templates, which might be useful for you. But if you're doing your own branding, I always like to use the basic templates at the bottom, which have the same kind of layouts as those above. They just don't aren't filled with preset branding elements that you might end up just wanting to change anyway. I'm going to go with the one column, which is the most common one that I go with. So you just click on it and wait for a moment for Mailchimp to load up the template editor. The template editor is a simple drag and drop editor. The different pieces, different content ideas on the right can just be dragged and dropped into your template. So for example, if I want to include an image, I just click and drag the image across to the left. You can see how the different sections of your template are highlighted. You probably want to dump stuff into the body for the most part. You can see how the template editor helps you decide where to drop the block. In this case, I could drop it above this text or below because this text is a text block. You can't drop it within the text. Um, and I am going to just drop it here above the text. It creates a placeholder and then you can browse for the image. You can also style the image. So for example, if you want to have a border or rounded corners, you can do that. Settings tell you the alignment of the image, so there's some options here. But under content, you would browse. You don't have any files in your image gallery, but you can upload those and use them in your email template. If we go back, just click out of here, save and close that. We can then edit the logo. That's just a placeholder image again. You could upload your own logo here. You can style the logo so maybe you want it to sit on the left-hand side of the email template, so we could move it. Um, then you could link the email. So if you want it, obviously most people want to hyperlink their logo to their website. So add in your URL here. It's going to cancel out of here. Um, you can change those settings here. When you're out of the content block editing, you can use the design field settings over here. These are really useful for setting a universal template styles. So for example, if you click body, we can change the font that's used, standard font that's used throughout the template. Here is Arial, but let's say that we wanted to choose a web font and we're going to go for something like Roboto, is kind of modern. And we want to change the font size a little bit. And the colors, not quite what we want. We want it a bit more lighter gray than that. We can do that. We can also change the standard body link. So when we create a hyperlink in our email template, which is here, for example, where it says see what other MailChimp users are using, we can change that to another color if we want to. Maybe it's this green. It doesn't show up very well, but this is an example. We can change out the standard body link. We can also edit the footer. So we can click on these social media icons here and put our social media in. By the way, we can click anything to delete it. If you want to delete a block, every block has this trash can symbol in the top right corner. You all know what that does. You can click delete and then confirm the deletion and it's gone. We can edit the footer information. There's certain information that needs to be in a footer for MailChimp, just as part of the terms and conditions. But a lot of that can be edited. So there's a lot of editing options with the drag and drop editor, and it's really easy to use, but you can do quite good control over branding as well and style and look of the template. So you can get some really good designs out of the drag and drop editor. It's what I use most of the time for my clients, especially as they want to be able to edit the templates themselves afterwards. We can create hard-coded templates. It's not really somewhere that I think that you want to go right now. I think when you're ready, we should set up a master template, define some parameters based on branding guidelines for how we want to use fonts, how we want to use links, how we want to use colors, what's the logo standard header with the logo going to look like, what's the standard footer with the footer information going to look like, and then let's build up a standard template. Once we're finished, we just save and exit. We give it a name. I'm just going to call it master template for the moment. We'll delete it in a minute. And it saves it in your template library, and there it is. So that's available to use when you create a campaign. You can tell Mailchimp that you want to start off with the master template. It'll load it up, and then you can just edit the content within that. That allows you to stay on brand. It also saves a lot of time setting up all the branding elements in your template every time, which is makes it super cool. I'm just going to delete out this template, so I'm going to check this box and choose delete at the top. Confirm that I want to delete it by typing delete, and that just deletes out the template. But when we're ready to create the master template and do some graphics work, um, that's a simple way for us to create our template in Mailchimp so we can get as master template set up for you.